The social concept of the family is an integral part of society, serving a significant purpose. As society has adapted over time, so too has the structure of the family to suit the changing needs of the culture. In this video, we will explore the traditional model of the family, how it has changed, and the way we perceive family in Australia today. The traditional concept of the family is the nuclear model, a married husband and wife with 2 to 3 kids, which in 1993 averaged out to 1.9 according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics. Prior to the 1870s, families often had more children as they could serve an economic purpose and the mortality rate was much higher. The functionalist approach to understand the family was most popular for this model in the 1950s. The male breadwinner of the household served an economic purpose, contributing to the wider economy and bringing in money for the family, while the mother socialized the kids and shaped them into suitable citizens who could contribute to society in adulthood. The family also assigns the members with a social identity, class, race or ethnicity, and religion. The family also serves as a unit to care for the elderly and a means of leisure and recreation, and helps to control sexual reproduction, preventing taboos such as incest.
The most significant cause of the breakdown of the nuclear family was fertility decline. The Australian fertility rate began to decline in the 1870s. An explanation for this is parents changing attitudes towards children. As work required more skill, children were no longer seen as beneficial in the present, but in the future. The baby boom after World War II showed an increase in fertility rate caused by marriage boom and a youth revolt, which demonstrated increased optimism and increased independence. Although total fertility rose following World War II, marital fertility did not change much. In the 1970s, the fertility rate again declined. This is related to a weakening economy and competition between the million children in the baby boom. Many families also chose increased consumption instead of having more children. Since World War II, there has been a significant increase in participation of women in the workforce. Living in the suburbs could be isolating for women, so they were more and more attracted to being in the workforce, especially as wages increased, different types of jobs became available, they had higher education levels, and divorce became much easier due to different laws. Declining fertility, increased divorce rates, and increased workforce participation of women were products of tension caused by the breadwinner system, in which men gave money to a family they had little contact with, and women had high pressure to choose a husband that could provide for them. Also, cohabitation without marriage has increased since the 1970s as premarital sexuality has become more and more accepted.
We're focusing on the modern family model. There has been a change in the conventional family in Western industrialised countries. The modern family model is applicable to the 1970s onwards. One reason behind this change is that marriages are not as important anymore, and fewer people are getting married. They're marrying later, having fewer children, or none at all, and some people having children without getting married. The increase in marital breakdown is reflected in the rise of divorce rates. 2010 statistics showed that 14.4% of families were single-parent families. 10% of children aged 10 will have divorced or separated parents. This means that an increasing proportion of children are experiencing a type of family other than the mum and dad and 2 kids, which was the initial traditional family model. This is exemplified in the TV show Modern Family. There are 3 families in this show. You have the traditional model in the middle, the wife who doesn't work, the husband who could be seen as the breadwinner, and 3 children. This contrasts to the other 2 families, which can be seen as modern families. The second family is an example of a blended or step family, as they're married. However, the son biologically belongs to the mother and they're all living under the same roof. Then the third family exemplifies the concept of families of choice because this couple is a same-sex couple. Although there have been debates surrounding same-sex families and gay marriage, the Australian government has allowed same-sex couples on the same legal basis as opposite-sex couples. Statistics show that in 2011, same-sex couples comprised 0.7% of all couples' families, up from 0.3% in 1996. A small but increasing number of children are being raised in families of choice. Children in same-sex families may come from a previous opposite-sex relationship. However, in this same-sex couple, the daughter was adopted. The model of families of choice is highlighting the diversity of family life. Another example of a modern family structure not shown in this show is single-parent families, which have been very common from the 1970s onwards in Western countries. Single-parent families have been a result of the breakdown of marriage, a death of a spouse, or a birth to an unmarried woman.